Hi students, this is Mr. Thayer here to help you with your homework number 8 from section 1.3. Let's jump right into it. The first thing we want to do is solve this equation that has variables on both sides. But one thing you might notice is there's variables on both sides. So our very first move after doing any simplifying would be to move one of these variable terms by adding or subtracting. So I'm going to choose to move this 2.5y by doing the opposite, which is minusing 2.5y from both sides. So now that is no longer on the left side of the equation. And what is on the left side is just the 6. So I've got 6 equals 4.5y minus 2.5y is just 2y minus 1. Now I'm used to solving equations like this, and so are you. So let's get rid of the addition and subtraction first, which means get rid of the minus 1 by adding 1 to both sides. And then combining those terms, 7 equals 2y. And finally, dividing by 2 on both sides. So you end up with y equals 3.5. And don't forget to box your final answer. Great. Okay, let's do a quick check now. So let's write in a different color and write our check mark. A check is simple. We're just going to take our answer and plug it in place of the variable. So we'll plug it in place of the y on the left side, and now plug in 3.5 in place of y on the right side. Grab your calculators. 2.5 times 3.5 that's 8.75 plus 6 equals 4.5 times 3.5 is 15.75. All right, let's combine our like terms to 14.75 on the left and subtract 1. That's also 14.75. Check, your answer worked. Great. Let's move on to our next example. This next one is similar to number 21 on page 24 in this assignment. Here you might notice we have some simplifying to do before we move our variable terms. So let's go ahead and apply our distributive property on both sides. And be mindful of any negative signs or multiplying positives and negatives. So 6 times 5, 30. 6 times negative 2v, negative 12v, equals negative 12v over here, and negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. All right, time to move our variable terms. So I've got a negative 12v on the left, so I'm going to just add 12v. All right, so what is left right now, it looks like this is canceled, and oh, this is also canceled, and all I have left is 30 equals negative 4. That's kind of weird, right? Well, you've just run into a no solution situation for your answer. So your answer here is no solution. And what that really means, and you can't do a check for no solution, what that means is no matter what value v is equal to, you will never ever get the left side of the equation to be equal to the right side of the equation. You won't, because there's a 30 on the left and a minus 4 on the right, and the same variable term, negative 12e, on both sides. So that is no solution. Kind of funky. Let's take a look at another scenario. All right, so you might notice variables on both sides, right? But you have some cleaning up to do first, the distributive property. So go ahead and distribute. 1/2 times 6t is 3t, and 1/2 times negative 4 is negative 2. You've got variables on both sides, so go ahead and move your variable term by addition or subtraction. So I'll move the left one. You might notice something interesting here as well. What happens? All we have left is a negative 2 equals negative 2. You just discovered an infinitely many solutions situation. In other words, that means your variable could be any number, and it would work on both sides of the equation, because maybe you noticed back in that very first step that we did that both sides of your equation were the exact same. You had 3t minus 2 and 3t minus 2. So when that occurs and you solve and you move your variable term and you're left with a true math statement like this, this is infinitely many solutions. In other words, t is all numbers. So I hope this video helped you out here today, and I wish you good luck on your homework. Bye-bye.